Today we are in Showcase Gallery. We are visiting with ceramic artist Sherry Milden. And she is going to tell us about our ceramic exhibit.
Thank you, Marilee. Well, I am primarily a watercolorist and oil painter, but I am a student at Santa Ana College of Pat Krabs, who heads the department there, the ceramics department. And I have been studying with Pat for a couple of years now. So a passion for clay came out of that. I love clay because it does what it wants to do. I have a lot of control over my paintings, but what happens with the clay is what happens with the clay. And Pat was able to coordinate with the Showcase Gallery to get some of his students' work in for this exhibit. So we're all very happy to be here. I have two pieces, and both of them are inspired by primitive art of some form, or a primitive method of building a piece, or glazing, or not glazing, and firing. So what I have, the first one is a bottle with a bowl stopper. Now this was suggested by Pat, or actually required by Pat as our project, that we use some sort of African art and use a woven fabric that we found in Africa somewhere as the inspiration for the surface design. So this is a bowl that was built using the coil method, which is hundreds if not thousands of years old, hand-built, smoothed out, and then the clay is white. And once the clay was dry, then I put a black surface slip on it, which is, slip is a liquid clay. The black surface is then etched with by scratching out the design. The design itself came from the woven fabric. The bottle was from an African piece. And once you get the design in, you fire it. No glazes were used, so the surface is flat, and it's a very primitive way of handling pottery. The idea with the bowl was that you could take it's very heavy, you couldn't actually do it, but you could take the bottle and pour into the bowl and drink out of the bowl. So that was the idea behind that one. This piece, Pat, again, organizes trips around the world for his students and others that are interested in pottery. And a couple of years ago, we visited a little village in Mexico called Mata Ortiz, where they originated this form of black-on-black pottery. Again, no glazes are used here. It was actually created again, hand-built with the coil method. And then once it was finished and almost dry, not quite dry, I burnished it with a stone. And burnishing is just simply polishing on the raw clay with a stone, and it makes it very, very shiny. Then I applied a design on top of the shiny surface with again another slip, this time uncolored slip, but just to give a difference between shiny and dull surface. Rather than firing it in a kiln, it was fired in a sawdust container, a container full of sawdust. You put the pot down inside and then you burn the sawdust. And so the color, the black, comes strictly from the smoke of the burning material. I love working with primitive methods of firing. In Mata Ortiz, they actually use cow dung, and we viewed a demonstration where they fired several pots by surrounding them with cow dung, just piling it up over them, setting it on fire, and when the fire was out, then the piece is done. We don't have many cows at Santa Ana College, so we had to settle for sawdust, but it works well. So, primitive pottery styles. Black on black, shiny surface comes from the burnishing, the dull surface and the color come from the smoke.
Thank you very much, Sherry. This is the examples of the ceramic exhibit that is on display here. please come in and see the exhibit. We are located at 3851 South Bear Street, Showcase Gallery. We are open Wednesday through Sunday. Please come in and see the exhibit.